This is Anne Butler, the Book Griffin. Welcome to another episode. Once upon a time in women's fiction, or in romantic fiction, for the main female character to be considered sympathetic, she had to be virginal, if not an actual virgin. Those were the rules. If she was someone who'd slept with multiple people, slept with men she knew only casually, the subtext was she was using this as a form of self-harm because of trauma or emotional neglect she'd suffered during her formative years. It seems that was also in the rules. If the woman slept with men she fancied just because she fancied them, at some point in the story, she had to be punished in some way. Maybe she'd be shamed and have to redeem herself in some ridiculously reactionary story arc. Perhaps she'd be assaulted and then have to retreat from her life of excess until the hero came along and helped her to heal. And the cringiest of all, when she confesses to the hero that she's not been a good girl and that she wanted him to hear it from her lips first. And he forgives her because he loves her. He forgives her. Drives me crazy. Nowadays, I DNF any story that hints at going down a route where the main cause of the main female character's woes has anything to do with the number of sexual partners, because shaming your female character for being sexually active is not for me. Not in contemporary fiction. I don't mind if she's virginal, or even a virgin, although I might sigh to myself when I encounter this trope in anything written in the last, say, 10 years. I definitely don't mind when she's a character who likes sex, who knows what she likes, and her character at no point ends up feeling like she has to mend her ways or apologise for her sex life. I'm actually in the late stages of writing such a character. She'll feature in Caught Out, a story which will be out in about March or April 2025. Watch this space. In the meantime, with some compromises regarding what I said a few minutes ago, if you're with me on the no shaming bus, here are a couple of stories with main female characters who do their own thing without apology. The first example is Hold by Claire Kent. Hold is set in a dystopian future, and the main female character, Rihanna, has been sentenced to a mixed prison. As she's being processed, the warden gives her some sage advice. Find the strongest man here and give yourself to him in exchange for protection. So she goes through the gates, assesses the talent, and pragmatically chooses the man she can see herself being with. It helps that he's easy on the eye and is built like a brick privy, but the important thing is there is no judgment in the story. Not at all. Rihanna and Kane, that's his name, have a brief conversation about terms, and then they get on with it. Alright, so I'm being simplistic. There's obviously more to the story than that, but I've given you the bare bones. No pun intended. I like this story for the dystopian setup, and for the character of Rihanna and Kane. It's all about survival, and for me it worked really well. My next example is very different. It's 52 Weeks, A Party of One by Bianca Penzi Aber. In this story, the main female character is Aisha. Aisha is healing emotionally after being betrayed by her fiancé and her best friend. She takes herself away from everything she knows for 52 weeks. During that time, she explores, among other things, contemporary art and swiping right. She swipes right a lot. Yes, Aisha is having these random sexual encounters to mask her pain. But because she's about more than that, I didn't find it problematic. I enjoyed the story, and although I wanted to shake her a few times, nothing to do with the sex. I felt for Aisha, and I liked her character. Hold by Claire Kent was published in 2007. 52 Weeks, A Party of One by Bianca Penzi Aber will be published in April 2025.